Hello guys, welcome to Sunglass English. Uh, I've been playing this game for a very long time now, almost 300 hours. I decided to make a tutorial or a informative video where I'll launch a series for tier 1 build, tier 2 build, tier 3 build, along with beginner's guide, what to loot, what not to loot, few important aspects to look after and grow faster in the game. So first, I have one character already built. So this is my main character. I'm gonna create a new one, a new character, so that I can show you like what could be a first build in 2 hours, 3 hours, or 10 hours of gameplay. And later on you can increase with that. So I'll choose the character. Okay, so right now I have already a character in Asia which is like almost fully like tier 2 is fully completed, tier 3 left for the tech tree. Um, but let's not focus on that. Let's focus on what do we make, right? Okay, so first and foremost, so you go to your blueprint, and then if you need to add blueprints, I have so many created as well. So if you want to make a new blueprint, you just simply go to create blueprint. And in the blueprint, for beginning, you will have this chassis. This is the only chassis. So you press tab and then you select the chassis. So this is a chassis. Always remember this. This arrow signifies that this is the front. This signifies the center of mass. So this, as soon as like you will see, if we add some compartments on the top and if it is misaligned or disbalanced, for an instance, this will move left or right accordingly, how the weight is shifting. And this also signifies very important structure, which is stability impact. So if you keep it in the middle, the stability impact is less. Also, this chassis is very special chassis. It has a pre-build of 100 maneuverability. Yeah, so maneuver is 100 by default. So the default template is not so good. So we will try to make something which covers my reactor more from most of the places. But for a pre-build and someone who is very new to the game, what I can do is we can try build it up. So this is the reactor. There are five important components before that which you need to add, which is chassis we already did, motor reactor, steering, entrance, and captains. So pretty much if you have all these five, you can pretty much go into the match. So to save it from any impact because of the limitations, let's add the reactor in the back. Yeah, and we'll try to cover it from the front so that most of the fights, if you're taking facing front, it will take a lot of damage to reach this. Yeah. Okay. We need captains. Got it. And now we can add a three-player compartment, like this. So now your captains has pretty much to be there, right? But we can make it three doors without even adding more components in this. I'll show you how. So let's use these cages. So always remember in these cages, so this is you look at the weight. The weight is 200, HP is 4,400. The weight is 150, but the HP is 400. So you can utilize either of this based on how you're aligning your structure. Yeah, for example, I'm doing this. So I'm making a front build, but then this should be covering this, and we are gonna use as much as less things we can add. You know. So in the front, I can add some. So this two will be available for you. So I'm gonna add this a little bit of extra cover, and I can put the drivers on the top, which is right over here, and this will be available for you as well. Now we have the drivers. So these reachability issues always show up. How do you reach your driver? Yeah. So to reach your driver, you need to have some stairs to come up. So this one is not unlocked yet on the first, but this is. So you take this and put this in. So now you have a door to come up, and the reachability issue will be solved as soon as we add more compartments. So now we're gonna add a cannon in the front. Done. So pretty much you don't need cannon on the on the back side, but rather you can add cannons on the left or right so that you can take fight this way or this way. Also, if you want to make an economical build for few runs, so adding one cannon is fine, works with me, but you need some more storage, so you can simply add some. Yeah, now pretty much you have a base. It costs 255, which is less than the normal build. It is covered from the front. It's very economic, and you can simply loot and stash your stuff wherever you need to. Yeah. One more thing. What you can do here is, this is going to be very crazy inside. So if you press T or if you click here, you are able to see your floors and the doors. Okay. So if you press F, you go down. If you press R, you go up along with the floor. So if you come here, you can simply edit which doors you need and which doors you don't. Yeah. Now we need an entrance, and that's it. The first build, the basic build, which is covered from the front, should be over. So we go here, and then we take the entrance. You can add the entrance here. It says reachability because the door is not there. Open the door. So you can either add entrance over here, but always remember people can still come inside jumping this. So if you stand here and look towards this, and they can still parkour you. So to be safe, you can put this on the top. Now they can't parkour you. Or if you want, you can add some cannons here, facing right. Or you can also add cannons over here. Instead of this, you can move this somewhere in the bottom right over here. Or you can run with one cargo. That also works. So I'm keeping it very basic, but this should be it. So now people will be like, yeah, it's a grumpy, but it is covered from the front. But now we have certain challenges where this pipe is still visible. So if you need to cover this up, you can do it in very many different ways. But pretty much this is one of your build. Yeah, easy to move, easy to build. If you don't want want to use another cannon, you just simply click it and you go. You're good. Works. Yeah. So now if you want to cover this up, what you can do is you can remove this. You can literally add one more compartment on the top for the team. And now, if you see, if you focus, yeah, now you have multiple ways to go up and up down. Now, what I can play with it is, I can remove this and I can take this entrance on the top, put it on the top, and now, if you see, so one thing, if somebody's coming up and you're driving from here, either you will be able to see them or spot them, they're trying to come up. You're low on cost, you have 100 speed and you have maneuver 48, which means this is gonna run like hell. Okay, so this cannon I would prefer 40 mm cannon with lot of 40 mm bullets. If you have it, you're good with it. For solos, you're good enough. You rotate around to the backside of the engine, you shoot people from the backside and get the engine immediately, or if you want to board, you can board. So this is very economic, very easy, right? And if you check the doors right now, you will see that someone boarding you from this place has to break this door. Then he will be confused where is the captain, so he need to either go here or go here or here. If they break this door, this latch, then they come down here and then they have to break this. So we have pretty much one, two, and three doors, right? And if somebody comes out of this place and tries to find your captain, so one door, two door, three door, and then four door, they have to go through. Yeah. Now, if you're thinking about the accessibility to this platform, we can change that. That's not an issue. So instead of keeping the captains right over here, you can keep the captains here. Yeah. And this is a very secret build. If you want to save yourself from getting captured, you can do this. So I'll show you. So now the captains doesn't have a door. It's giving me error. Okay, so what I can do is I can simply go take the captain, rotate this side, or actually keep it this way, and I can move this simply on the top, and I can add one of these platform, and I'll show you one of another use case. So we are not using this side up, so I remove this. I can use this one instead. It works the same. It has less weight. I get little bit of more stability and speed. It's a basic build. So now I have one, two cargoes placed on the top, and I'm covered from the front. So it's a very typical build, but it's really good, you know, and you can play around with it. So this is one of them. Second, if you want to have fun with the team, so let's say if you save this, it's gonna get saved. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go to another build, remove everything. Now, let's say I wanna keep and play in such a way that it's okay, I'm slow, but I wanna surprise people, you know. So you wanna surprise people, you take four of this. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. Add two more on the top. Just follow me, you'll see. We're making a structure here. You see it? Okay. So we take you see the structure now? Always remember this is the front. Okay. So you see this structure right now? So we can go crazy with this. So the maximum limit to reach is fifth floor. I'll show you how. So this is third floor. This so ground, first, second, third, fourth. See, fourth we have gap. You can see better. We have gap in the middle. This is fourth, and then fifth we can't go. So fourth is the highest limitation. So I cannot put any more. I cannot give any more height to this. Okay, this works. And to cover the middle part of this, either I can use this, or I think you have not unlocked the bridges yet. So this works for us because we're gonna have this. This is gonna work. So I have a full platform on the top right now. But the only thing is this impacts my run speed. But in the perspective of any other grumpy, it will be very difficult to shoot you because you are on the top. Now you can build up however you want on the top. So let's say if you want to keep the engine's backside, fine. Keep it backside, but leave some space behind. You can also do that. So if I put it here, now if someone is behind, it's going to be little difficult to hit this because the frames are coming in. Yeah, I keep the backside build empty, and for that I can what I can do is I can simply remove this as well. Yeah, the speed is getting impacted more because the stability is getting impacted here because of the balance. So what I can do is I can simply go back. Here we go. Or I can place this in the back side if I want to. I can place this in the middle if I want to. I can place this here, but not in the front because people will be able to shoot me. Yeah, I can rotate it around any way I want to. If I want to have less of a height, I wanna play it on third floor. So you simply remove this, add one cantilever here, kind of this frame here, supporting frame, and I can play with it. But this is going to be a fun one. So I add this, and then I add the captains right over here. Yeah. Now I don't need anything else. I simply add structures. Yeah. Now I place the drivers or the cannons however I want to. So this one you don't have, so I'm placing one cannon, and kind of I need, let's say, cargoes. I want to stay in voyage for a very long period of time and loot stuff, so I can add multiple cargoes just like that in a row. And you can pretty much play with it. So this is just to show the basic structure of it, so that you can have little fun while playing. So there is not much to do in in the beginning, but you can play around with it. I can see you having good time with it. So now, so if you want to cover this up, you have lot of things to do. You can do you can put, instead of captains, you can put one of these here, two compartments this way. Yeah, this covers up the entire build, and then if you want to cover it more, you can if you want to cover it from the left side, you can play around with this frames, and instead of this you can also use a L-shaped frame which supports sideways one beam and suppose the structure this side. And then now either you can take this up, cover it from the right side. You can do the same thing from the left side as well. So let's say if I take this frame, okay, this is not from the left, and this will be useful. I much covering this up. Getting me right? So it's covered from the right, covered from the left, only open from the front and back. So in the front, I can simply add captains. So basically, I can play around, but this is going to be a good build for the basic thing. Like somebody who is starting just so add this. So there's a gap. Remember, you can remove this literally and just simply copy paste this here. So now you have a structure covered from the front, good to play around with. You're gonna have a lot of fun playing this. You can reach all the compartments. The captain's is right over here. Now you want an entrance, you can put an entrance either on this side or that side, whatever is feasible for you, whatever you feel good about, you take it and do it. So I can add this here. Yeah, eligibility. Oh, that is it. So I can either put this here or I can put this here. If you close the doors, I edit this, close it, make it however I want. The funny part about this build is so it's slow. You're having fun. You can add cannons on the top. Wherever you want, you can add this on top of this or on the bottom ground if you're building on that. But this is have fun build. You see how you can emerge it. So with the idea of framing like this, I think a new player will understand that you can play around with the frames, be innovative, be crazy, and try it out in the field. But this is one of the basic guides which you can use. Yep. Thank you for being here. I think this is pretty much it. This, and I just tried with tier one, and then after tier one upgrades, I'm gonna make one more video for tier one updates, and then two, and some meta builds which I use in this hand, and got my tech tree updated, and also I have 102k crowns by now. I've used a lot of crowns for the upgrades. I mainly do solo, but I play with my friends in the evening. So if you like the video, please subscribe and follow me in the Twitch.